There is something deeply grotesque about humanity's fascination with the nightmares of machines. Like a crowd gathered at a carnival freak show, we marvel at the twisted abominations AI spits out. Artificial intelligence does not dream, it does not suffer, it does not love, nor does it yearn. They imitate beauty without appreciating it, produce music without enjoying it, and craft stories without feeling them. And yet, it mimics the surface of these depths with a sterile efficiency that is both impressive and appalling. Not the sublime, not the ineffable spark of creation, but an endless regurgitation of aesthetic detritus. Consider the absurdity of our amusement. We scroll through these horrors on our screens, pointing and laughing at faces with too many eyes, hands with too many fingers. Our laughter masks a deeper discomfort, a gnawing awareness that we are complicit in feeding this beast. We feed it with our data, our images, our creations. And in return, it vomits forth these absurd visions. These are not achievements. They are the hollow victories of a species intoxicated with its own cleverness, a desperate attempt to outsource the burden of creation to machines that can never understand the weight of their task. Yet we, in our arrogance, find this amusing. We treat these horrors as toys, as diversions, as if the monstrous output of these machines were some new form of entertainment. We treat these nightmarish visions as novelties, as trinkets to amuse ourselves. This amusement, this spectacle, is not harmless. It is a narcotic numbing us to the very essence of creation. We laugh at these horrors, but our laughter is hollow. It is the laughter of a species teetering on the brink of something it cannot fully understand. We are like children laughing at shadows cast by a dying fire, unaware that the fire is our own humanity. Sputtering out as we surrender the act of creation to these unthinking machines. Fields stretch endlessly, but the grass is too green, the horizon too sharp, as if the scene itself knows it is a fraud. A dog with the body of a serpent coils around a tree that grows hands instead of leaves, as if these aberrations are not horrifying, but delightful. A meadow stretches to infinity, its flowers blooming in perfect symmetry, yet each petal seems to scream of its artificiality. Rivers flow upward into skies where too many moons hang, as if the universe itself has forgotten the laws of gravity and sense. But what we are seeing is not creativity. It is the mechanical flailing of an algorithm, a soulless churn of patterns and shapes that mock the very concept of human ingenuity. These are not places you would want to live. They are places you would flee from in a nightmare, gasping for air as the ground twists into impossible geometries beneath your feet. Imagine a child building sandcastles from ash. They crumble even as they are formed. This is what the AI produces, fragments of a world that was never whole. These are not their nightmares, they are ours, reflected back at us through the cold, indifferent lens of an artificial mind. What horrors we unleash when we trade authenticity for convenience. These generative systems celebrated by technocrats are not creators, but corpse reanimators, stitching together fragments of the past into grotesque parodies of originality. And the people, if one dares to call them that, are the most grotesque of all. Their smiles stretch too wide, their eyes glint with a lifeless sheen, and their skin has the texture of wax left too long in the sun. These are not humans, but the ghosts of humans, fabricated by a machine that has scraped the surface of our reality but cannot comprehend the depths beneath. We now live in a world where the dead can be made to speak, where the living can be erased, replaced, or falsified. These are not achievements. They are the tools of deception, the harbingers of a reality where truth itself becomes unrecognizable. These machines will not stop. They will continue to churn out their hollow masterpieces, their lifeless symphonies, their fabricated stories, until the line between the real and the artificial disappears entirely. And when that day comes, will we even remember what we have lost? And as we laugh, as we applaud these nightmarish visions, we inch closer to a future where our own creativity, our own humanity is rendered obsolete.